Today we're going to be discussing a case about two high school graduates who disappeared along with their mother the night of their high school graduation. Today's case is the Springfield Three. The Springfield Three is a pretty well-known case. It's unique because three people disappeared, two teenagers. Mother of Suzie Streeter, Suzanne Streeter, and Stacy McCall, Suzie's friend. Sherrill was 47 at the cosmetologist, and she was also a single mother to Suzie. Sherrill was 47, Suzie was 19, and Stacy was 18 at the time of their disappearance. June 6, 1992 was the day that Suzie and Stacy graduated from Kickapoo High School in Springfield, Missouri. Suzie and Stacy graduated high school that day. That night they were going to graduation parties. It was a very fun and festive day. They had made plans to go to a water park the next day with some more of their other friends. And it was a great day. There was excitement. Their high school careers came to an end, and I'm sure they had just big dreams and aspirations for their future. So they were going around, going to parties, celebrating, and they were originally Suzie and Stacy were supposed to spend the night at their friend Janelle's house, but it was later found out Janelle had some relatives come in, most likely for the celebration of graduation, and their spare bedroom was taken. So Stacy and Suzie went back to Suzie's mom's house, and we can look at the map right here, and the house is in a pretty, it's not in a remote area. There's stuff around. It's it's not a huge house. It's not a huge lot. It's a decent sized lot, but there's stuff around. It's not a remote place. And basically what happened, Suzie and Stacy's cars arrived at Suzie's mom's house, and that next day Janelle came to the house. She saw a broken porch light out on the porch, as well as on the porch, and her boyfriend was also accompanying her. That next morning, Janelle showed up at Suzie's mom's house along with her boyfriend. They saw that there was a broken porch light out and some glass on the porch, as well as they went inside, and there was no sign of Suzie, Stacy, or Sherrill. Their purses were there. There didn't seem to be a violent struggle. There was a phone call that came in, and all that we know is it was kind of a lewd phone call. A male called them, and it could have been a prank call. It was later found out that he also left a message on the voice message machine, the same male, but I believe Janelle deleted the message, and that's it. We don't know what happened to these women. There's not a lot of leads in this case. There's been some people of interest who believe that could have had something to do with the case, and we'll go into them right now. Suzie Streeter's ex-boyfriend, Dustin, was one of the first names to come up as a suspect. He had recently been arrested as part of a grave robbing gang, and this was allegedly the reason why Streeter broke up with him. Additionally, Streeter reportedly gave a statement to the police implicating him in the crime and was going to be testifying against Dustin in a few months. None of the men had a solid alibi for the night of the disappearance. There was no definitive link to the disappearance of the Springfield Three, and they passed a polygraph test. Bart Streeter was also a potential suspect to some people. It appeared he had substance abuse issues, but there was no link to the test. I assume there was some family drama there as well. Some people believe, Bart the brother, some people believe he was a suspect. The best suspect was Robert Cox. Robert Cox was a convicted murderer who lived across the street from the Springfield Three at the time of their disappearance. He even confessed to doing the crime, but some people believe that that was just a cry to attention. He said he would show the police where the bodies were when his mother died, but to my knowledge, that has not happened. In 1996, he was subpoenaed by authorities and submitted evidence to a grand jury, but no charges ever were handed down from that grand jury. Robert Cox appears to be the most probable suspect due to his criminal history, but there's never been any direct evidence linking him to the case that the public, I believe, is aware of. In 2007, there was a tip that the Springfield Three was buried in a parking garage. The scientific equipment, they had some kind of scientific machine, and it appeared that they did think there was shapes consistent with human remains. But the police felt that the parking garage was constructed recently, and they did not believe the bodies would actually be buried under there because it was just too much time had passed. Over 10 years had passed between the disappearance and this parking lot, I guess, sonograph lead. So it appears they never dug up the parking garage to see if the Springfield Three were buried there. Beyond that, this case is cold. There's really... Their cars are there. It's three people just vanished from the face of the earth. There wasn't many clues left at that house. Obviously, Stacy's mom came and she investigated, and the police were called, and a community in ruins at this point. Springfield's not a big city. It's kind of a moderately sized city. Springfield kind of feels like a middle America town where these kind of things don't happen. It's not a massive city. And you have three women disappear from the face of the earth and no one knows what happened. And cases like these are very unusual. I can't really think of something similar to that where you have three people disappear from their house and they seem to leave everything with them. Everything that they own is left at that house and all their immediate possessions. So it's a very spooky case, a very scary case. And there's really not much to add. I mean, this is a case over 30 years old. And there's, to my knowledge and what it appears, there seems to be not really any good striking leads in this case. It's gone ice cold. And it's kind of summing up, we hope that a video like this somehow brings a resolution to this case. If you want to see more true crime content, subscribe to Crime Duff today.